Welcome to Blog Access 101. I'm your host, Young Gabachi. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify by searching Blog Access 101. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like and comment. Here are my co-host, Rob, for episode 168. What up, Rob?
What up, though?
All right, we start off, nothing much. We start off first with with Victor. I'm just going to call him Victor W. I don't say his last name. Being having his first game, was it? I think, it was Friday against the Hornets. That was a kind of abysmal performance. Brandon Miller was, kind of like for the most part cooking him. Kai Jones got a dunked on him. That shit was crazy.
That was a wild Jones.
I mean, you seen Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the building. I think it was a couple other big time people in there. Obviously, it was sold out to see him play. But obviously he didn't live up to the hype that first game. I think he was shot like 2 for 13. I think he had 9 points, 8 rebounds, but he had 5 blocks. So he lived up to the hype that he know how to defend, and obviously make this Spurs a significant better defensive team than they have been over the last few years. When we all know the Spurs been known for their defense. But yesterday I think he played Portland. He had 27 and 12, so he was finally playing like the number one. I think he just had to get the nerves out that first game. Playing the NBA, all spotlight is on you. So yeah, second game he played much better. What do you think about his first and second game?
Oh, it's funny. He had a comment after the game where he said he didn't know what he was doing out there, and sure enough, he didn't look like he knew what he was doing out there that first game. I think he shot like 2 for 13 for 9 points, 8 boards. He did have 5 blocks. That's impressive. He is 7'5", but nonetheless, he used it.
Thanks.
Next game, they won that game when he was trash, though. Next game, he cooked 27 and 12, and they lose. So that's going to be interesting to keep watching. If he played well, do y'all win? But yeah, I was really excited. The 1-2 matchup, him and Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller played like trash too. It's just Wemby was so bad that we ain't even talking bad about Brandon Miller. But Brandon Miller he had a double-double, so he did have 16 and 12, but it was on 5 of 15 shooting, and he just made lots of bad plays out there too. So
he was pretty iffy in some league too. When he had the first game, I think he had like 6 points and 6 fouls. I'm like, sheesh.
He been hacking. He had a lot of fouls. I think he's averaging like 6 fouls in the summer league. So
I know they say you on defense you gotta make him feel you, but I think he took that to a little bit too far because he be fouling the hell out of people. But hopefully he settles down and get used to how to play defense in the NBA, and it should be good. I like Charlotte. They're a nice up and coming team for the future.
Yeah, they got Miles Bridges back too. So you got LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges. That's an interesting set of 3 right there.
Oh, interesting is a very good, interesting word for this this team. But yeah.
They're gonna be fun to watch. They got some criminals on the team, but they're gonna be fun to watch.
Yes, indeed. But
yeah, what else I was gonna say? It's crazy though, because obviously I think from a betting perspective, Wemby is gonna be the overwhelming favorite for Rookie of the Year.
I'm taking Chet.
Chet is a sleeper, but I think he's a trendy sleeper. I think I might put my money on Scoot Henderson, because he looked like he was gonna be a hooper before he got hurt. Or one of the Thompson twins.
Yeah, I can see that happen if Dame's gone. I don't see it happen if Dame's there.
Dame's gone. He as good as gone.
I don't know, man. They dragging their feet, so you never know.
Yeah, they said it's gonna take a while, but he's going to the Heat. They said 2 things are guaranteed: he's getting traded, and it's to the Heat. So
he to be to the Sixers. We'll give him Harden.
Now, I'm not a Sixers fan, but I would enjoy that. I would enjoy seeing Dame actually have a chance to win a championship. It gets pretty boring seeing the Sixers go out in the second round every year.
Yeah.
The Heat blew 2 chances at a ring already, so better luck next lifetime, I guess. So we'll see. But yeah, get that plus 3,000 on Scoot, as long as he doesn't get hurt, or the Thompson twin from the Rockets. I don't think the Pistons is going to be a good place for anybody for the next 10 years. So
you never know, man. But let's get down to the Sixers. No sense of urgency. They went and signed Mo Bamba for I don't know, God knows why.
Former Laker Mo.
He was okay, but I was like, we already had Paul Reed. I mean, the only thing that I could think of, they have him as a third one in case Embiid gets injured, which is probably for the most part probably going to happen. Uh, they really was forced to sign back Paul Reed because it was a restricted free agent, and they had to match the contract. So they was able to match it with, I think it's 3 years, 22 million. So
Mm-hmm.
that's really
Sixers fans are happy about that.
Oh, I did like the Pat Beverly move. It bring more toughness, another tough guy, nitty gritty player that we need on our team to keep like players like Embiid and like get Harden right, not fold in the playoffs. Like with PJ Tucker, but Embiid and players like told him to man up. Like we need players like that. Pat Beverly definitely one of those guys. It's going to like be a leader and come in there, make sure hold everybody accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely what we need in Sixers. I feel like we still need a shooter, a couple more shooters on the team. I don't know why we're not going after anybody, um, which is confusing me. But what do you think about the Sixers' lackluster moves thus far?
I will say, Pat Bev, PJ Tucker, and Trez Harrell all on the same team. One hard foul to Embiid is going to be Malice at the Palace Part 2. I could just feel it.
Oh,
Y'all
Trey,
are, huh?
I said Trey is gone.
No, he came back. They re-signed him.
Oh, that's ridiculous. What?
Yeah. So I understand the strategy. I don't think any Sixers fan sees it the way I see it. But
Yeah.
they are stocking up on big men because in that game 7 that they lost, Embiid looked tired. They're gonna low manage him this year. That's what I see at least. So B-Ball Paul, Trez, Mo Bamba, like just they're stacking all the big men behind them. It's not gonna be a playoff thing. It's just don't be surprised if the Sixers are like a 5 or 6 seed this year, especially after seeing the 8 seed go to the finals. The seeding really just doesn't matter anymore in the East.
Yeah, I give you that. But yeah, man, we definitely need to go after some of these players. I see Kelly Oubre still out there. That'd be a nice
He,
little pickup.
he a clown. I don't think that'd be a locker room fit for y'all.
We got a lot of clowns in this locker room, so I think it'll be perfect.
Who else? Who else is a clown?
James Harden,
Uh,
Tobias Harris.
you just don't like them.
He ain't
Tobias,
a clown though. He said these casuals would trade me for crumble cookies, and I said, why does he think he's worthy enough to be even traded for crumble cookies? We're like toasted strudels.
those two strudels. Tobias Harris is a good player. I'm like on the hill by myself that Tobias Harris is a good player. Y'all just mad because he's overpaid. He's hella overpaid.
Oh yeah, no
But
question.
y'all need him.
We definitely don't need him.
He is your 4th best player, guaranteed.
I wanted to go after Derrick Rose as a backup point guard, but that didn't happen. But I like Pat Bev move. It's not bad.
Yeah, Pat Bev. Will he start? I'm trying to think. He won't start.
Nah,
Yeah, he's not gonna start.
it's about the bench.
But it is what it is. He might. I could see them starting him over Maxey to have a boost on the second unit.
Yeah, I would like to see us go after CJ Warren. Is still out there.
He is a bucket, but he also hasn't had a good year since the bubble.
He averaged 7 last year. It's respectable.
7.
Yeah, or go after Terrence Ross.
That's another bucket.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot of dudes. It's a bucket out there. Y'all let my man Lemon Pepper Lou retire. Y'all should have got him.
Great legend.
Yeah. I know he still got something in the tank. I think Jamal Crawford could still play, but I don't think he's going to get signed by anybody.
But the fact that Christian Wood is still on the block, I mean on the free agency is crazy.
That's because like I think the NBA once a guy gets like a certain label where it's like yeah he's a bucket but there's no defense. I think those guys the league doesn't want those guys. Like even Melo has that label and like Melo didn't get signed again. Melo's officially retired now, but like the year before that like nobody picked him up because they're like yeah you can get a bucket. But who can you defend in this high scoring league? So
Melo should be like, I'm not out there to play defense champ.
I mean, getting a dub and giving up 30, that's a -10. So
that's true. That is a good point, kid.
Same thing with CP3. This probably be his last year, whether he knows it or not.
Yeah.
So unless he don't thrive, which I love that move for the Warriors, just because of how well that Sean Livingston worked in that type of role. and CP3 is better than Sean Livingston with the same type of mid-range game offensively, it's gonna be a good time. Unless it's not.
You got Wesley Matthews still out there. That's always a good 3-and-D guy.
He got that reputation. I'm not that impressed with him when I watch him defend.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
And it's always been like that. Like he get cooked. He just tries hard.
She said he just tries hard. Damn.
He just tries hard. So I don't know. We'll see. There is a lot of interesting names out there. Nobody that'll move the needle. Christian Wood would have been a better pickup than Trez.
No question, but it probably would have cost us a little bit.
Yeah, he a bucket, and y'all can start him at the 4 if PJ like go out there and just never hits them corner threes.
Yeah, PJ need to come off the bench. I'm about tired to see him not doing anything out there. His hustle is out there, man. I love his intensity when he's out there. Being a role leader.
Mm-hmm.
Him out there just not shooting is crazy work to us. But he hit a couple. He went off in a game 7. Just hitting threes in the corner like the old PJ Tucker from Houston.
Yeah, I expect the Sixers to take a step back. They lost Jaden McDaniels. That's the move that they messed up.
Yeah, we messed up a lot of places.
Yeah, y'all still got court lines, don't y'all? That's your shooter. He just can't defend either. That's another one. He don't get no tick because he can't defend. Lost Niang. Maybe Korkmaz gets some minutes because y'all lost Niang. But Cleveland is a really weird team. They got like 5 big men.
I guess all teams just want to have these big men now, man. Just say we got body threat, these like big time centers like Embiid. Who else is a big time center in the East?
Jokic and not in the East. In the East, I think it's only Embiid for real.
Yeah.
As a big time guy.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely having a big man throw at Jokic, Embiid, Nurkic. I know Nurkic's not on the same level as Embiid and Jokic, but he's definitely underrated.
Carl Towns.
Whoa.
He can score.
Whoa.
He doesn't play winning basketball, but he can put up a stat sheet.
He doesn't really move the needle for me. He's a cat. His name is Cat for a reason because he's cat. But
he the type to actually watch this podcast and like at you. So
now add him right back. Trash. But yeah, then you got AD. Who else? Yeah, just get these teams trying to get these bodies be able to match up against these guys.
Yeah.
So it's nice, but it's not gonna work for these teams. All they're gonna do is get people in foul, like 4 or 5 people in foul trouble, like, and they still gonna get the W along with the W.
We disrespected Adebayo. We forgot him.
I didn't disrespect him at all. I didn't forget him because he was forgettable.
I mean, I think he's mid at times, but he looked good in the playoffs.
He looked good in the finals. I would say that he looked good in the finals. I wouldn't say playoffs, entire playoffs, but finals, he did halfway show up. I give him that.
Yeah, so if he can carry that, then he's a new big man entering the chat.
Under your eyes.
You got no love for the Kentucky guys, huh? No Carl Towns, no Adebayo.
I like Tyler Hero. That's my guy. I love Devin Booker. But those other definitely my guy Malik Monk and the duo over there in Sacramento with
I love them.
Fox. But those big men outside of AD, not impressed.
Okay. AD's on my squad, so I'll take it.
Yeah, but he's injury prone, so he's kind of pissing me off with that. So yeah.
You know what's crazy? AD got that injury prone label. But I feel like he played more games than Paul George and Kawhi, and it's somebody else.
Not hard to do. Not really hard to do when they still out most of the season.
Yeah, but like he's the one labeled street clothes where he like played more than them 2 combined. And it's a third guy. He played more than 3 stars combined, but I can't remember the third star.
No. Jerry West called out Paul George. He was like, what did he say? He said, we played in Converses. And he's like, you guys like can't even make it through an 82 game season. This is crazy. Yeah. I ain't never seen nobody go on somebody else's podcast and go crazy. I respected it because it's crazy.
Well, George respected it too, but at the same time, playing in Converse is when you play like 2 miles an hour. I mean, you're not gonna get hurt. So,
True that.
but yeah, NBA is a wild place. It might have been Lonzo Ball. It might have been Paul George, Kawhi, and Lonzo Ball. Like AD played more than all three of them combined
Oh
this
yeah,
year.
I feel bad for Lonzo though, man. He just hell of a talent just to keep getting injured. It'd be crazy.
Yeah. I mean, next year hopefully come back. If he don't come back after next year, it's probably over. So
Sadly, man, he was a walking double double. I love him in fantasy. Triple
yeah,
double watch.
yeah. And you can always get he's always gonna get you double digit dimes and points. 8 boards maybe.
No question. Yeah.
So,
Did you want to add anything else?
WNBA is cooking this year. I saw the Aces lost to what are the Aces? The Wings. The Aces just lost to the Wings. I didn't expect them to lose all year. But then they came back the next game and dropped 113 points. So my theory of like Aces and Liberty overs has been making a lot of money this year.
Yeah, it was
So
kind of ridiculous. It was actually kind of ridiculous.
yeah, I mean WNBA. I'm gonna try to mention it as much as I can. It needs to shine. Boxing has been crazy. My man Boots got the knockout over the weekend. Um, you got Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford coming up on the 29th. That is my priority for that entire day. Um, got my money on Errol Spence, and then Boots is going to get the winner out of that. So if it's a one-sided fight, he'll probably fight the winner next. If it's a close fight, then 2 fights out, unless they split them. You'll see my man James Boots Ennis from or Jerron Boots Ennis from Philly get in there and try to get into the limelight. But it's a good time in sports right now. It's been a good sports year, especially during the summer when it's like no football for it to be this strong. Even Wimbledon's been lit. So Wimbledon been lit. So it's a good time to be a sports fan.
Yeah, man, I got to go to one year. I got to go to the Wimbledon. See it
I
in
want to,
person.
yeah, I want to do that. So they normally play in New York, but I think they were in the UK this year.
Yeah, I think no. I thought the U.S.
They
Open
don't.
was in New York.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So yeah, I do want to go to the U.S. Open one year.
Yeah, I want. You won't catch me. I don't step foot in New York, man.
I feel you. New York is a terrible place. It's not as bad as New Jersey.
No, man, it's just dirty. Like then you got them rats the size of people's hands. It's like it's a no for me.
Oh, so you gotta slide for like a sport event, go to your event, and then get back to Philly. That's what I do. Cause I went to MSG last year to see Ja come to town.
Oh, okay, I know
We
that's
was in
probably
and out, in and out.
yeah. Probably how many rats you see out there? Like 10.
Oh, you always see him, but you
Bro,
gotta
you the
stay.
first one to take everybody else be like, oh, never see him. I'm like, I don't know how
Oh,
y'all never see him.
they be out. Especially like the one thing when I do when I go to New York is I drive. I'm not catching the subway.
Yeah, fact.
Um,
Yes.
under no circumstances. But you'll see them on the street too. All that food, they got a million restaurants. So
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. It's like it's no ducking them.
yeah, so they run the streets.
Yeah, yeah, and they ain't one of them rats that like they'll see you and run away and look at you be like, what you looking at?
Yeah. For the New York viewers out there, don't get sensitive. Y'all know y'all got the rats. Y'all just used to them. But yeah, that's all I got.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming out.
Yes, sir.
All right, I see it.